want to text your ex, but you're terrified that you're going to say the wrong thing and push them further away? Having coached thousands of people, I know that this paralysis can set in. You care so much about them, about this process. You've been so diligent about working on yourself, going into no contact, and you are terrified that somehow if you reach out, you're going to make a mistake. Or even worse, that the door will shut forever, that they'll tell you they're not interested, and that the hope of being together again is going to disappear. The reality is, if you are afraid of making that mistake, many times it means actually that you've been very thoughtful, very thorough in your process of personal transformation and in your post-breakup recovery process. And so you are way more equipped than you may realize. Also, very important for you to remember that this is not a one-time action. Getting back together, repairing and nurturing healthy love is a process. And in that process, you will need to plan and reflect, to act, and to see, based on where you're at, reading the reality of your situation, and through reflection, figure out appropriate next steps. So in essence, we cannot be afraid of making mistakes. As long as we're deliberate and thoughtful and intentional, it is okay, because it's experience that you will gain in order to figure out how to best continue to engage with your ex. So as long as it's not an emotional outburst, as long as you're not putting so much pressure and expectation on how they will react, as long as you're grounded in your own reality and get that inner sense of validation that comes from growth and change and understanding, you're fine, even if they don't reply at all. It is a sense that you will be able to learn from, knowing where they're at in their process of healing. And it doesn't have to be such a big deal. In my master course, I go over 32 different types of letters that you can send to your ex in order to break no contact. Those are not love letters. It's not letters where you're professing your love. It's ways of validating how your ex felt without putting yourself down. Ways of engaging sincerely with them in a way that is uplifting to you both. And that could be one way to explore rebuilding that connection and opening dialogue again. But it could also happen through a simple text or a private message on social media, or even a random phone call out of the blue. That one usually spooks people out because you simply aren't sure that you are prepared and equipped to do that. Either way, those are all options. You need to do what feels right and triumph over your fears and your insecurities, knowing that you have done the work. That is the key. If you haven't done the work, then it's a total different story. But usually individuals who are absolutely not afraid of pushing their ex away and actually not terrified of reaching out have done that too much and have completely lost control over the process in the process. So either way, if you need help navigating how to reconnect with your ex in a way that is uplifting and in the way that will be inspiring to them, don't hesitate to reach out. We could reflect on this approach together, see what's right based on your reality, the mistakes that have occurred, the dynamics of your particular relationship and your particular breakup, based on your personalities and based on your common interests. Reach out. You could book a private coaching session. We could work together. Or you could just come to my next free life training and continue to learn more about my approach to healing and rebuilding healthy love after a separation, a breakup, or even if you're going through a divorce. My name is Coach Adrian. Thank you for your trust and thank you for fighting the good fight with me. Take good care and all the best.